Welcome back everyone, and welcome back to FTL. It's been quite some time since we played FTL, but you know what, I felt like playing it today, so let's go through it together. We have only actually played 3 ships of the available 20 something ships. We've done the Kestrel, we've done the Taurus, and the last one we did was the Osprey. So the natural progression is this one, the Adjudicator. Let's take a look at what this starts with. It starts off with a Halberd Beam, which is a very powerful beam weapon which does 2 damage per room it hits, reduced by 1 for each active shield bubble. So in the early game this thing's incredible because not very many enemy ships have 2 shield bubbles. And it has a lethal missile. The crew are 3 Zoltans, each of which will provide 1 bar of power to any room they're in. So this guy's going to be adding power to the weapons, this guy's going to be adding power to the engines, and this guy's not going to be adding power to anything because the piloting room does not need any power. The ship layout is a little bit strange, it's a little bit difficult to vent out. There are 2 doors here and 4 here, so venting out the top of the ship is pretty difficult. It starts with 1 layer of shields, and it also has a Zoltan shield, which gives you an extra green shield around the ship which can absorb 5 points of damage. Not 5 hits, 5 points of damage, that's very important. So if they fire a huge missile, which would usually do 4 points of damage, it would remove 4 of these 5 extra shield points. Now, the Zoltan shield only regenerates between battles, so you start each battle with the extra 5 shield, and then that's it. Once that's gone, it's gone. Zoltan shields also prevent missiles from bypassing the shield. They prevent boarding actions like boarding drones and teleport. They're really, really handy things to have. So let's just start the game and get on with it. As we see, we don't have enough power to power our weapons because this is the other thing with Zoltan ships. You're going to have to use your crew as mobile power. So with everyone here, the only power we have in the engines is from this guy in the engine room, and the only way we can have the Halberd Beam on is if we keep this guy in this room providing this yellow bar of power, which means we cannot use the lethal as well. Here is our Zoltan shield, and up here are the 5 green pips of the Zoltan shield strength. Is there anything we need to spend right now? I don't think so. Should be okay. A distress signal, that's a good start. And we've encountered a refugee ship drifting in space. It looks as if it was fleeing the rebel advance and ran out of fuel. Its distress beacon is active and we're not sure if anyone is on board. Let's hail them and see what's happening. As you hail the freighter, it advances, weapons bristling from its hull. It's a pirate ambush. So as always, we'll do the pie method. We shall pause. We shall identify what the enemy has, and they have a laser which looks like it does 1 shot, another one that does 1 shot, so that's 2 shots. That's bad for us. Once they wear down the 5 Zoltan shield, they'll go straight through our 1 remaining normal shield bubble and damage us. Okay, let's evaluate. Well, we can't identify the crew because we can't see inside. We could see inside if we sent one of our Zoltan crew all the way over here into the sensors. No point doing that. A, because we'll lose power to everything and not be able to do anything. And B, because I don't think we're going to be getting crew kills, at least not right now in this ship. So evaluate. How are we going to kill them? We're going to do a Halberd Beam, and we need to shut their weapons off. So if we do it like that, that's going to do 1 damage to this room, 1 damage to this room, and 1 damage to this room, which is only going to do 3, so we're going to have to spool up and fire the Halberd Beam twice to get rid of this lot. We could have gone for the shield room and done 1 damage to that, which would turn the shield, their 1 and only shield bubble off, and then it would do 2 damage here and 2 damage here, which probably wouldn't kill them. That's only 5 damage according to my mathematics, so let's just do this. As long as we turn off at least one of their weapons, we should be fine. If nothing else, we'll desync them to stop them firing twice, like that, at the same time. Here comes a Halberd Beam. Yep, good, we've turned off one of the weapons, so now we can go straight for the shields and do that. Because they're going to spend quite some time repairing their weapons and oxygen. They haven't got that much time left. The Halberd Beam cycles pretty fast. There they go, goodbye. And they're trying to escape, but to no avail. Right, 1 fuel, 2 missiles, 19 scrap. Nice. No extra quests out of that? No, that's a little bit unfortunate. The only way up to the exit is to this ping, which means we have to get to this ping, so we're just kind of gonna bounce around this sector in the middle. A rebel ship approaches cautiously. Personally, says the captain, I'd have struck a deal with the Federation, but I'm a soldier, sir, and I'm no use without a war to fight. Raise your shields. So this is a straight up fight. That thing is quite annoying. Enemy combat drone. That will chip away our 5 layers of Zoltan shield pretty quickly. And then it will knock down our normal shield bubble, and then their beam laser will be able to fire. And the beam laser is going to strip off some Zoltan shield on its own. But the nice thing is, if we can be pixel perfect, start right in this pixel here, and then drag the Halberd Beam up here. It's going to do 1 to this room, then 1 to the shields, turn the shield off, and then 2, 4, 6. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they've only got 8 health. So we should be able to kill them in a single shot here. Halberd Beams are just awesome. Here we are, the drone is very quickly stripping off our Zoltan shield. There it goes. And for a second there we were unprotected. Oh, they're trying to run away because they've caused heavy damage, but I don't think it's going to do them much good. There they go. Alright, we got 1 missile, 1 drone, 25 scrap, and an automated reloader, which speeds up the cycle time of our weapons by, I believe, 10%. Let's check that. Yep, 10%. Nice. So as always, we're always going to do another shield bubble. Well, the ability to have another shield bubble. We don't have enough power to do that. But in an extreme case, we could depower the oxygen and put the second shield bubble up. There's a store over there. Because it's Sector 1, I don't think we're going to have enough stuff to sell. So we'll just backtrack a little bit. No life signs detected. An empty ping. That's rather annoying. What have we got here? There's a ship with pirate markings orbiting the nearby planet. You receive his hail. Anything is possible for the right price. Well, we can hire them to delay the rebels. We can hire them to scout the sector, which would uncover all the pings in the sector. We can fight them, or we can just leave. I think we're going to fight them, because I think I know what their weapons are. Let's fight the ship. Mercenaries are worse than rebels. The only honourable course is to engage the mercenary in battle. And I was correct. It's an Ion 1 and a mini beam. Now, ion weapons are quite dangerous to Zoltan shields because they do double damage. So this ion weapon usually does 1 ion, but it will take off 2 pips from our Zoltan energy shield. But I think we'll be alright. So again, we're just going to go shields in a slash like that. 1 in the shields, 2 in this room, 2 in this room, turn our weapons off. It won't quite kill them, but it will come pretty close. Of course, if we had more power, or if we felt the need to, we can depower the oxygen, put the second layer of normal shield up, and then we'd be invincible to this. Because this ion doing 1 ion will remove 1 of our shield bubbles, and then this mini beam won't be able to get past the second one. Yep, there's 2 damage, and the mini beam takes off another 2. Okay, and they've already capitulated. Alright, you win, here's some equipment from our stores, leave us alone. So they can give us 1 fuel, 2 missiles and 12 scrap. But you know what, I think we'll just carry on and kill them. Weapons are offline. By the time they fix them and charged up, our Halberd Beam will be ready to fire again. There they go, dead. The ship explodes, leaving a substantial collection of useful scrap material in the form of 2 fuel, 1 drone and 20 scrap. Not bad. Alright, we'll get another point in the reactor that lets us turn on our second shield bubble, which is always nice to have in Sector 1, even though we have Zoltan shield. A distress beacon is coming from a civilian ship. It appears to be being chased by a pirate. Well, let's aid the civilian ship. You power up your weapons and engage your pirate ship. Alright, these guys have a missile and a laser that only does one shot. There's no point depowering our second shield bubble, that we've got nothing we can put the extra power into. So let's go shield and a slash right across like that. 1 damage in the shield, 2 in piloting, 2 in weapons, 2 in oxygen. 2, 4, 6, 7. And they've got 7 hit points. Right, this should kill them in 1 shot. I believe the lethal missile will do 2 damage to our Zoltan shield. At least it's going to hit the Zoltan shield because I can't bypass it. No, it only did 1. Wow, that's pretty good. And that's them dead. Pirate ship breaks apart. You hasten to contact the civilian ship. And from the wreckage of the pirate ship, we got 2 missiles, 1 drone and 19 scrap. Let's see if the civilians give us anything more. Alright. They respond. It's a good thing you came when you did. We'd be dead now otherwise. I'm a shipwright and would like to help you like you helped me. The captain offers to install a piece of equipment on the ship and he's giving us 13 scrap and a second Halberd Beam. The likelihood of ever getting 2 Halberd Beams online is pretty remote, but if we can find something like an ion weapon or burst laser 2 and 2 Halberd Beams, I mean, we'll hang on to it just now. Or, no, this is the decision. Do we just go to this store right now, sell the Halberd Beam, and see if we can't get a laser or something? Because remember, the only thing we have that can knock down shields is the missile, and if the enemy have really high evasion or a defense drone, then we won't be able to knock shields down, and if we meet any enemies with 2 shields, it means our Halberd Beam wouldn't be able to kill them. So I think we're going to go to this store, sell the second Halberd Beam, and buy a laser if possible, or an ion weapon. Well, they don't have any weapons, that's unfortunate. Zoltan crew are extremely expensive. How much is this worth? 32? Well, you know what? We're just going to hang on to it for just now. That was rather unfortunate. What ship upgrades can we do and do we want to do? I kind of want to get weapon control up. A, so if we need to, we can depower the second shield bubble and turn the missile on. And B, so if they somehow manage to damage the weapon room, it won't always turn the Halberd Beam off, which means if we can take 1 point of damage in the weapon room without the Halberd Beam being depowered. Upon completing your jump, you receive a message from the nearby ship. Greetings and welcome to our beacon. For a small fee, we'll let you continue on your way. Well, A, I'm broke, so I can't pay you, and B, I would never pay you anyway, so let's reject their offer. Too bad, you will regret this decision. I don't think so, my friend. So we're going to do our usual slash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not going to kill them, but it will turn our weapons off. We should be fairly safe from these guys. Hey, the missile missed. And there go their weapons and their shields. So we'll just do the same again. We won't be getting very many crew kills on this run. But Halberd Beam in Sector 1 is disgustingly overpowered. Ship explodes, leaving behind 1 fuel, 1 drone, and 20 scrap. Very nice. Yeah, we'll just go here. This beacon has been placed too close to a supergiant Class M star. The ship will gradually overheat until you get out of here, or until you die. A pirate, apparently oblivious to the danger of the sun, moves in to engage. Right, we have a beam drone and a mini beam, so these guys cannot get through our shields no matter what they do, which is quite funny. And the layout of their ship means we can be pixel perfect, do that. 2, 1 in here, that'll turn the shield off, then 2, 4, 6, 8, so that's 9 in total. And I believe they only have 8 hit points, so this battle is going to last the length of time it takes for the Halberd Beam to spool up. And just because we have really low engines and our FTL charge up time is going to be really long, and I think it's not going to be fast enough to avoid being hit by the solar flare from the sun. I'm going to open all the doors and then close the ones where our people are and vent out the ship. Zoltans have very low health, only 70. Lots of bad guys dead. Now it's us versus the sun. Ship explodes, leaving behind 2 missiles, 1 drone and 25 scrap. That's pretty good. Come on, FTL drive. Come on, spool up faster. Go faster, go faster, go faster. We're going to get hit by the flare. Hey, it's in an empty room and one that was deoxygenized. That's very good indeed. And look, another store. Wow. Alright, let's see what's here. You find yourself surrounded by a group of mysterious alien vessels. They hail you and apparently have some valuable technology for sale. Oh, let's see what they have. Still no weapons. I would quite like to get a drone control. Do we have anything we can sell which is worth 40? I mean, not really, no. Though it does come with the Defense Drone Mark 1, so it is like the good version of the drone control you can buy. Drone controls come with a random drone. Sometimes it's a beam drone, sometimes it's a repair bot, sometimes it's a combat drone. So this is the one you want. We could sell the extra Halberd Beam and the automated reloader to get that defense drone, and you know what? I think that is worth doing. Because defense drones are too dang good not to have them this early on in the game. Even though we have a Zoltan shield, it would be nice to have the option of having a defense drone. Alright, not bad. And we'll get one more ping and then get to the exit. You arrive to find a number of ships convening around a station. There is some unencrypted chatter between the ships. You tune in and listen for anything interesting. Overhearing their conversation, it seems they need to take possession of an enemy ship intact. Well, we don't have the equipment to do that, so we'll just leave. It says, if they wanted your help, they would surely ask for it. You prepare to leave. If we'd say, offer our help, they would have a look at our weapons and say, no, you're not equipped to do that. Because that means getting a crew kill, which we're not able to do. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. Will we get an event or will we not? A ship with conspicuous pirate markings is orbiting a nearby moon, broadcasting a simple message claiming to have equipment for sale. Well, let's just attack them before they can attack, because we don't have enough scrap. Even if it does turn out to be a shop or someone offering to sell us something, we've only got 13 scrap anyway, so let's get another kill under our belt. 1 missile, 1 laser, not a threat to us, so we shall do that. That should kill them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They only have 7 hit points. Hey, they both missed, even though our evasion is only 15%. And they're trying to escape. Now, they did not die because this is a rock ship. Then rock ships have a 15% chance of avoiding all hull damage when a room is hit. So they obviously resisted the hull damage from one of these 3 rooms because they've got 2 hull hit points remaining. But we have turned off their piloting. So that has paused their FTL escape attempt. Our Halberd Beam is almost ready to fire again already, so these guys are going to die this time. We hope. There they go. Ship explodes, giving us 1 unit, 1 fuel, 2 missiles and 21 scrap. Very nice. So, do we want to do more upgrades? Probably yes. And I probably at this point want to upgrade our engines a little bit. A, to get our evasion up, and B, to give us a little bit of protection, because if we do get hit in the engines and only have 1 hit point, the engines will go off, and that's just a disaster. Means that the FTL drive stops spooling, we have to get people in to fix it, we have no evasion while they're broken, and it's just bad times all round. Right, well we timed that sector absolutely perfectly. The fleet has caught us just when we're leaving. Perfect. Alright, first look at the map layout for this entire run. Let's have a look. Not bad. So, I have the option of an NG system or a rebel control system. I'm thinking we'll do red, red, green, and then we'll make up our minds what we want to do after that. So, earn scrap in the 2 red sectors and then a big shopping spree in the green sectors. Green sectors are guaranteed to have 3 stores. Red are guaranteed to have at least 1. So green are good for shopping, and red you get more fights. So let's go to the rebel controlled sector. At one point, this is one of the most commonly travelled sectors. Knowing that, the rebels have stationed a number of fleets here. Be careful. Let's have a look at the sector map. Lots of connections out to the exit. So again, I think we'll just come down diagonally southeast and then head back north and get out. No stores on scope at the minute. Not that we have any scrap to spend. Oh look, it's another sun. Okay, this is going to be a problem. A, we're close to a star, and B, the enemies have a super shield bypass unit and they've teleported on board. And there's a lot of them. So these guys are going to have to run up here. We are going to have to open all the doors. Apart from the ones that our people are in. And I think you are actually going to run into the door control. And if we're lucky, yeah, good. Good. Our guy almost died just trying to get here. Alright, looks like we've got them contained in this room, at least for now. Turn the oxygen off so it doesn't go back in. This guy is now fixed, so we'll put him in the door room, and then the guy that's in the door room will go here. I mean, they're going to break down that door pretty quickly. Here comes the sun. Right, get in here. Just let them in, get a little bit of combat experience for our guys, because why not? Alright, it wasn't the sun, it was just a low O2 warning. FTL spilled up, the guys are about healed. Just close the doors. Open the internal doors. And we'll just jump before the sunburst hits. We got away with that. That was not easy. And literally, that was the sun warning just when we jumped. You enter the system bustling with rebel activity. Supply freighters and resupply stations are dwarfed by a few heavy warships. Luckily, no one seems to be paying attention to small cruisers. No ships are scanning or messaging you. This is a good thing, so let's turn the oxygen back on before we all die. Get everyone back to their stations, close the doors, and we'll wait for our oxygen to replenish a little bit. Even though we did kill 4 bad guys in that last ping, we got absolutely no reward for it. Yeah, well, our guys got a little bit of close combat experience. Not that you want to be doing close combat with Zoltans, they do only have 70 health. I think we'll leave the spare power bars here, just in case we need to turn the missile on, or the defense drone, or the shields. We can make that decision as we need to. I think that's the oxygen up high enough, I think. Store, pointless. We have nothing to sell and no money. Not been the best of sectors yet, has it? An unmanned ship patrols this area. You prepare the ship for combat. So let's pause. Identify. They have an ion cannon 1 and a combat drone. So we're going to want to maximise our shields and our evasion chance. And how are we going to kill it? I think we're going to just scrape these 3 rooms. We're going to do 1 damage to each, but if we're lucky it'll turn off the drone and the weapon. Then we can come back and hit the other side of this drone. These drones are quite annoying, especially with halberd beams. You can't really hit any more than 3 rooms. That's the Zoltan shield gone already. Yeah, cool. Turn them both off. So now we can come here and do 1 damage to the engine, 1 damage to the shield, and another 2 to the piloting. It's still not going to kill it. I really need to find either an ion cannon or a laser of my own so I can take shields down rather than relying on the Halberd Beam to do it itself. Or using the lethal missile. Let's just finish it off this way. It's the first enemy we've met that's needed 3 shots to kill. Right, the ship explodes, giving us 1 missile, 1 drone and 34 scrap, which is quite nice. Distress signal, we always do these. Let's see what this one is. Once you arrive at the location of the distress call, a civilian ship hails you. Thanks for responding to our beacon. Our FTL navigation has gone haywire and we can't plot a course to the nearest depot to get it fixed. Could you lead us there? Alright, we'll try and lead them to their destination. And they give us a down payment and 15 scrap. And we're supposed to escort them here, which is great, because that's where we need to go anyway. Lovely jubbly. We do only have 4 fuel, that's a concern. Another unmanned scout. And this one's trying to escape. So I'm gonna actually reduce our evasion and turn our missile on. The good thing about beams is that they never miss, so we'll try this and see if 1 damage is enough to knock off its piloting. Come on, come on, let's see. It was. That's delayed their FTL. And we're going to want the beam to do the same thing the other way. Knock out or damage their engines and keep the pressure on their piloting. Would be nice if we could keep their engines and piloting both broken. That's a little bit annoying. And we'll just... Then it didn't destroy its shield bubble. Annoying. Let's hope that the piloting doesn't come back online, because if it does they might jump away immediately. That's why I had the lethal powered up. I was just going to use the lethal to smash their piloting if it fixed itself before the Halberd Beam could fire again. It didn't have to be that conservative, we do have 22 missiles. The ship breaks apart and it gives us 1 missile, 1 drone and 14 scrap. And I think we'll push onwards a little bit. 3 fuel. Okay, asteroid belt. Not cool. So let's pause. They have a laser mark 1, which will do 1 shot, and a heavy laser 1, which will do 1 shot, but that'll do 2 damage. So this scout layout is a little bit better. We can get a pixel perfect 4-room slash. It'll do 1 damage to their weapon, 1 to the shields, and then 2 to the piloting and 2 to that, and that should kill it. We'll turn the lethal off and put our evasion up to 20. Hopefully miss. Good. The heavy laser missed, so the Zoltan shield's still up. Asteroids are hitting it though. Hey! Asteroid finished it off. Ship explodes, giving us no fuel. Annoying. 1 missile, 1 drone, 27 scrap. We've got enough scrap, we just don't have any fuel. That's why I was going forward, just to try and get away from the enemy fleet in case we have to spend a couple of turns waiting and hoping someone hears a distress call. If we run out of fuel, let's jump. I want to do this one, then the quest. And then we might just head to the exit. A small shuttle appears on the local radar. Turns out it's a rebel automated scout, which has a missile and a beam drone. Beam drone we can completely ignore. The missile we really can't. So what we'll do, we'll just try the old halberd slash, see if that can turn the missile off. We do have to be careful if this beam drone takes down our Zoltan shield before the missile fires, which it did not, which is good. Come on, Halberd Beam, turn the missile off. Come on. There we go. And I think I'll just hold control to make this auto fire, and we'll just keep repeating that until it's dead. Just so I don't have to bother spending a drone part on putting out a defense drone to intercept the missile. Because as we know, they are not guaranteed. Defense drones attempt to shoot down missiles. They do not always hit them. A fact which has caused my doom on many playthroughs. Good. Dead. What did we get? What did we get? 1 fuel. Hooray at last. 1 drone and another 31 scrap. Right, we've got plenty of scrap. Let's go to this quest. Hope it turns into a store. Or if not, we hope this one here is a store. Oh, well, shortly after you arrive, the ship you were escorting jumps nearby. They thank you for your help and offer you a reward. Well, they've given us 2 fuel, which is nice, 1 missile, 37 scrap, and a Pegasus missile. Pegasus are really rather nice. We'll hang on to this for just now. It does require 3 power, and it does 2 damage per shot, and it fires 2 shots per charge, which is quite funny. So this is quite a good way of getting past enemy defense drones, because you fire 2 missiles at the same time and they can usually only shoot down 1. Sometimes they get lucky and hit 2. So before we do any upgrades, right, there's no stores in range. So what we're going to do some upgrades. We're going to do oxygen, medbay, piloting, sensors, and 2 more power bars. This not only gives us damage protection, like all of these subsystems can now take a 1 hit or 1 damage before being destroyed, and they also give us extra options in events. Like sometimes we'll meet a ship which tries to disable our oxygen. If we've got advanced upgraded oxygen supply, then we at least keep 1 power in it. That's pretty good. We now have 2 shield bubbles on permanently and 2 more power to play with. 3 more if we depower 1 from the engines. That will let us have the LATO and the defense drone both active at the same time, which is quite nice. Alright, I think we're in a good spot. We do have 4 fuel. I think we can maybe get... Well, we'll just go to this ping and then we'll try and eyeball whether or not we can get this one as well before we have to leave. You spot a small rebel ship nearby. It seems to have been refitted for transport rather than combat. It does not seem to want to engage you in your ship. Alright, let's demand the surrender of their goods, which means they're going to instantly start spooling up their FTL and try to escape. So, first thing we're going to do is turn our LATO on. Oh, that's annoying. Look, they have a defense drone. But what we can do is the old slasheroonie across their ship, and if we're lucky it will turn their defense drone off, and then we can smash the piloting with the LATO. And if we're lucky, because we do so much damage to so many rooms, the guy in piloting will run out of piloting to help the repair effort, which means their FTL will stop charging anyway. Let's see how this plays out, shall we? Repair drones are a little bit of an annoyance. They repair things up rather too fast for my liking. Come on, Halberd Beam, show me the money. That is unfortunate. It did not turn off their defense drone, which means firing the LATO would be completely useless. Right, their missile is now going to... Cool, it missed. I was going to say their missile is now going to take down our final bit of Zoltan shield, but it didn't because it missed. At least their FTL is delayed. That's the Zoltan shield gone now. Come on, Halberd Beam, finish them off. Yes. Alright, let's see what was in this thing. The ship was transporting weaponry. You find a piece still intact, despite the battle. 22 scrap and a hull beam. Wow. This is the second beam we've been given. It only does 1 damage per room, but it does 2 times damage on systemless rooms. So if we were to attack our own ship, we could probably hit 4 empty rooms and get 2 damage on each. It spills up a little bit faster than the halberd, but it does only do 1 damage, so it can't punch through shields. But increasing weapon control to 50 would be quite funny. We're going to have to do that eventually. Well, hang on to this. We'll sell it at the next store, probably. Do we think we have enough? Yes, let's risk it. You detect a rebel scout on an attack approach to a small refueling outpost. Their weapons are charged, but they're not firing yet. Well, let's save the fuel outpost and hope they give us a whole load of fuel. Alright, they have a heavy laser 1 and a lethal missile, so we'll just go like this with our Halberd Beam. It will turn off their shield, we hope, and then do 2 damage to each of these rooms. And if we're lucky, it will completely disable their weapons. It's nice that we have the lethal charging, like an emergency backup. Not that it's guaranteed to hit, of course. Come on, Halberd Beam. There we go. That turned the laser off. We still have Zoltan's shield. We still have Zoltan's shield because our missile missed, which is great. Now we are going to have to depower the shield and put the defense drone out. The good thing about beams is that they never miss, so it doesn't matter how high their evasion is, the beams will always hit. Hey, defense drone shot it down. Good, that's him dead. And we get 1 missile, 1 drone and 28 scrap. Let's continue. And the fueling outpost gives us 4 fuel and 23 scrap. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? Lovely, lovely, lovely. And we timed it perfectly. There is the exit. Alright. Not a bad sector at all. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL is spooled up, we can go to Sector 3. Ah, a ship with conspicuous pirate markings is orbiting a nearby moon. Let's just attack them. Okay, they have a heavy laser 1 and a lethal missile, so we'll get our evasion up at the minute. And we'll just do a big slash, like... No... Pixel perfect, please. There we go. Hit 4 rooms. Should take down their shield, and then 2, 4, 6, and 7 for that room. Right, that'll kill them. It's nice to actually see the enemy crew. They have a rock and an NG. Come on, Halberd Beam. And they're trying to escape. Not that it's going to do them much good. Hopefully they won't have conducted all the repairs by the time the Halberd Beam's ready to go again. Even though the NG is trying his best, Halberd Beam is just about to fire, and we're going to win this fight. There they go. And we get 2 missiles, 1 drone and 28 scrap. Not bad. Right, so I think we'll call this an episode here, and we'll come back for sectors 3 and 4 in the next one. I always like playing FTL, and we've done not bad. We've been given 2 extra beam weapons, one of which we sold, and we've been given a Pegasus missile, which we're going to hang on to for the moment. So until we meet again, do look after yourself, and I hope to see you again soon.